Hello everybody, this is Gregory with how I lost over 100 pounds and have kept it off for 30 plus years, where there should be no hesitance in your weight loss and maintenance. Today we're going to talk about the break fast keto mistake that some people do. Now before we begin, if you need help with weight loss, contact me through the Clarity FM link found here in the episode notes. Also check out my website, Naturopathic Earth, my books, and if you appreciate my content, there is a link for PayPal. Now, what do I mean by, I don't really have like an official name for it, but the keto over calorie blow. What do I mean by this? So a lot of guys and girls fast. We do compressed eating windows. I've mentioned here pretty often that I've not eaten breakfast since 2014, and I typically do a 18 to 20 hour fast, depending on the day if I have my kids. But normally I try to eat all my calories between like 2:30 and 7, so you can say 4 hours or so. Some of the mistakes that people do when they break their fast is, the most obvious mistake is, especially if you're not really fast adapted, is that you've been hungry and maybe you're hangry and you're grumpy and then as soon as you break that fast, you're just gorging food, right? And I don't think we have an episode on this, but a lot of people with eating disorders can use intermittent fasting as a way to kind of sublimate or disguise their binge eating disorders, because it's a lifestyle, because it's not a diet. It's not meant to be a diet. You're still supposed to get your 2,000 calories or 2,600 calories if you're a man in that window. But if you see it from an eating disorder point of view, you are starving most of the day, and then what? Trying to pack in all your calories in a short window. So you could see how that is essentially a disordered eating act. You're starving and then eating a lot. But the issue with it is that a lot of people, when they break their fast, they just overeat and they overindulge. And the problem with overindulging, of course, is that you could easily pack in 1,000, 1,500, 200 calories, 2,000 calories in that first meal. And then if you end the day with a dinner, you could be at 3,000 or 4,000 calories without even knowing it, because you overcompensated for the fast. And then ultimately, weight loss and weight maintenance has to do with net caloric deficit. So eating less calories than you are using throughout the day, which will lead to weight loss. The other kind of keto mistake, or I should say the other mistake that people do with fasting, aside from splurging, is like a keto, they break their fast with something like nuts or high percentage dark chocolate, or whatever it is, something that's very fatty. And that's great in the regards to, like, if you are fasting and doing a keto or modified keto low carb diet, but you're breaking your fast with something high fat and no carbs, kind of like 95% dark chocolate or bacon or any animal product, right? Bacon or eggs or steak or something like that. The problem is that you need to be very careful, because let me say, the benefits of doing that is you're essentially, if you break your fast with a very keto lunch, is that your body is essentially still fasting, because it's still going to be burning your fat reserves and using it as energy. But what it's not going to do is that it's going to not burn any carbs, because there's no carbs for it to burn. And that's the benefit of it, that regard. But the problem that some people make is that they'll overindulge and eat a lot of, let's say, almond butter, or they'll eat a lot of dark chocolate. And if you look calorically, you're looking at 200 calories for 2 tablespoons of almond butter or peanut butter, and then you're looking at 250 calories of dark chocolate. So while you can break your fast with almond butter or peanut butter, you just need to be very careful with the portion control that you're doing, because you could easily overcompensate and eat too much during that time. Guys, post in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Hit the notification, subscribe, and share button. Until next time, take care, God bless, and pray.